everyone, welcome to the 6th stage of the Paris-Dakar Rally, 2000 edition, Dakar-Cairo. We're in Modjigo, in Niger, and this is another stage that the rally never really made because it was airlifted, because, terrorist threats and all that. We have to go for, in the game it's literally you have to climb the goddamn volcano. Not to the top, but to a fairly high part. And in real life, I think they were supposed to tackle one side of it and get fairly high and then go back, go down. But yeah, this was going to be, a real stage. But it wasn't. So yeah, the Dakar Rally has missed some very good things because of terrorism. But I'm fine that the Amauri Sport Organization decided to make the rally move out of Africa rather than paying the terrorists. It was either going out or start paying the terrorists every single fucking year, and they were like, no. We're not doing that. We've done it before, but we are tired of that. And that was the right call. And whoever thinks it's not the right call, they do not know shit. They are fucking clueless. This was absolutely the right call. I love Africa. I still watch the highlights of the old rallies from time to time. And I love the scenery. And I love the people, from the little villages going out to see the rally. But then, I also, I know the background, and I'm like, fuck it, yeah, it doesn't, we do not need it. We do not need it. South America is awesome as well. For example, I miss the soft sand dunes, because, the dunes in South America are fairly goddamn compact, so yeah, it's not as hard. But to a point, I do not care. I care, I miss it, but then I'm like, yeah, it was either this or pay the goddamn terrorists, and I do not want that. So yeah, they made the right call. But yeah, for me it's a fairly passionate subject because, for me it was almost a tradition. For me the Dakar Rally, it's a tradition. It has been there for as long as I can remember. I know it's only 30 years old, but for me it's my whole goddamn life. I remember being age 5 or age 6, and I could stay up late, to watch the highlights of the race, the TV highlights. Back in probably in January 1997, back when I was only 5 years old. And I remember it. I remember I can stay up late because, Paris-Dakar Rally. And I was, always excited to, always happy to watch the race. And I've been, when they visited Barcelona, I've been there, I've seen the cars. Some of my favorite drivers of all time and riders of all time, they come from the Paris-Dakar Rally, back when it was in Africa. But yeah, I love the fact that they are not paying terrorists a bit more than that. Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's alright. I was like, should I hit, the repair thing or not? And it was a no. But yeah, I'm just happy that they are not paying the terrorists. It's 100% the right call. And if you do not think like that, yeah, I do not want to talk to you. Because you're fucking dumb. You're saying that, fucking race is more important than not paying terrorists. Because they are terrorists, they are the bad guys, and they have, they do not deserve the money. But yeah, for example, the 2000 rally was one of the most, there have been a few ones that were, that few Dakar rallies that were completely modified because of terrorist threats. Yeah, reviving. I know that the one in 1997, the first one I watched, I've learned afterwards that it was affected by terrorist attacks because that was what it was, done from Dakar to Agadez and back to Dakar, because there was, I think it was Morocco or Mauritania, or I don't know the country, but yeah, there were a couple of countries that were unhappy and they were having problems, and the rally thought it was the best option was to actually move the race out of the area, and that was the right call. I think then it happened again in 2003, but this time they decided to go doing the South Mediterranean area instead of avoiding the Mediterranean and going to the center of Africa. But yeah, I'm 100% positive and happy that the Dakar Rally is no longer paying terrorists. That's for me the #1 priority. Like, if they have to pay, some kind of guerrilla and all that, yeah, wrong things. It's the wrong thing to do. It's just that. So yeah, I'm happy. Okay, so still with this, I am losing time, but I was expecting it. This stage, the 6th one, was one that I needed. Like, I had to try. I think it was 3 times or 2 times at least to go to the top 3 and progress through the next one in the arcade mode. So yeah, I was expecting a bad result. I'm just trying to do whatever. Okay, back uphill. This is probably my weakest stage, together with, I think it's the 10th one. The 10th one is either, too fucking hard because it's the 10th one, it's the final one, or I don't know why. But yeah, it always brings me trouble. So yeah, I'm not even considering it as a hard one. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to fuck it up. Okay, so far so good. I mean, I'm doing a fairly good job considering it's this stage. If I could, nullify a couple of cameras, I would do it. Because I don't need most of them. I'm only using 2 of them. And I wish I could, only switch between those. So yeah, this rally was, quite a nightmare rally for KTM. Basically, everyone in KTM had problems. All the official riders at least. So yeah, it was a disaster. It was won in I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4 fashion for by BMW. This was probably the most beautiful era of the Dakar Rally, because the whole KTM versus BMW thing. It was squad versus squad, and it was a really cool thing because they were actually fighting each other. Like, sometimes they would not fight, between 2 guys from the same brand just to fuck up the other brand. And that made it fairly cool. Like, it was, team versus team. But I mean, the more recent ones, the ones in South America, I mean, they are fairly good. But the problem is that, yeah, I have enough information to call bullshit on a lot of things. Like, for example, navigation is super hard in the Dakar Rally. yeah, here, in South America, I can confirm that people wait for others to catch them and then navigate together. Oh fuck. They wait for 2 minutes, just to to make the guy behind him, get there, and then they ride together for the whole goddamn day. And the TV will never show you that because the TV wants to fuck. The TV wants you to think that that it's an individual thing, that every man for himself and all that. But yeah, it's not real. They are waiting for each other, and yeah, I have they are providing me with information that actually proves that. But then they show you the images of them riding all along, like all alone in the desert, and it's like, yeah, but there's in a couple of in a minute or so, there's a guy coming from behind that is going to join him. Fuck. This cliffside stage, yeah, with some other controls it wouldn't be so hard. With this game it's goddamn impossible, or close to that. So fucking hard. Also, yeah, the notes are so bad that you cannot really trust them. You can only trust your instinct. And sometimes your instinct is wrong. By the way, it looks like Dostal is actually trying to push me, because Holler is losing more and more time. Holler is over a minute behind now. Meanwhile, Dostal is 43 behind. Like there's a 18-second gap now between them. 18, 17, more or less, that part, that area of the clock. Yeah, I wanted to clear the gap, but I couldn't. Come on, get back on track. I mean, I knew that on this stage I was going to fuck it up. Oh god, I've been so lucky. So yeah, nothing new. Having so much trouble making the turns, especially the sharper ones. Even though I'm using the brakes, yeah, it's just not good enough. This is one of the longest stages. I think it's the longest one. And there's no navigation whatsoever. Well, in real life, sometimes the longest... Oh, God. The longest stages of each of each Dakar rally, sometimes they are not, navigation exclusive stages. Sometimes they are, fairly straightforward, but they are a shit ton of kilometers of mileage. So yeah, come on, get over the hill. Okay, time to go up the hill. I do not know, well, I guess I kind of understand why they did it like that, but yeah, I do not share the fact that the bikes are so goddamn slow on a straight line in this game. Because they weren't slow, especially not in this stage. This was back when there were a few fatal crashes, mainly on fast parts. But so yeah, I mean, it was important. Okay, so yeah, I'm less than 30 seconds ahead, but we are, right next to a navigation stage. I hope I can, make good time of it and, get seconds back. I don't know if I'm going to try to get some wrenches. I'll try that, only if they are very, very close to me.
1, go.
I don't know why I am going this direction. Yeah, this was the bad call. Wrong. Okay. Yeah, 3:31. That's a lot of time. Okay, over the rocks. I mean, except for the crash, I think I made a fairly good time. Also, yeah, the bike is super slow on sand. That's another part of the bullshit. Okay, give me that one. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna go like this. Gonna go like this, and then go like this. I think that was a pretty good one. I don't know, it felt good. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, I think I can surf over this. Okay, there's this hill still in front of me. We're going to go to this side. Going up this other side. What the fuck is wrong with this game? They had the budget, but they did the shit again. They probably had lots of scheduling problems. This game was fucking awful. They shouldn't have released it then. The Dakar rally is awesome. Perfect motorsport event. They fucked up the first game. The second one was also bad. God and fuck you up, Clay. I'm glad the bankruptcy made you end. Except you made some good games like Dave Mirra and Jenny Madras. Fuck this goddamn stage. I'm not gonna make it in time. Fuck you stupid acclaim. I'm not gonna make it. Yep, so close. And it doesn't matter if you do not make it. Or, well, they show you this crash, which is fairly old, by the way. This is like from 1994, 95. Yeah, it's back when, you know, the super production cars. So yeah. It's just like, yeah, you did not complete it, you did not gain time, and I'm like, so what? I'm still leaving. Anyways, so yeah, couple of stages in Libya. This one has some navigation on sectors, well, basically on sector 2, sector 3, and sector 4. Does not have on the on the first one, and it's in Wow El Kabir. So see you there. Bye bye.